Hey there, movie lovers! Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the gripping world of psychological thrillers as we unravel the story of Return to Sender. At the start of the movie, there's a nurse named Miranda. She's in an operating room where surgery is happening on an old lady. Sadly, the old lady passed away after the surgery. Her son is there, and he's being mean to his mom. Miranda hears his hurtful words, but she doesn't react. Later, outside the room, her friend asks about her upcoming blind date, but Miranda doesn't share anything with her. She also picked up laundry on her way out. Later, she went to have dinner with her dad at a restaurant. While eating, the stranger finds himself having difficulty in breathing as there is food stuck in his throat. Miranda arrived just in time and used the medical skills she had learned at the hospital. Her calm actions and knowledge saved a life. The next day, she visited to see a new house for herself, and after going through the house, she liked it. Later that night, she made a cake for her friend who had her birthday. She carried it to the party venue, where Miranda's best friend confirms with her that she is meeting the blind date guy named Kevin. Apparently, Kevin works with her husband. It took a lot of convincing to make Miranda agree to meet Kevin. As Miranda was preparing for her blind date, someone arrived at her house. She went to see that Kevin had come home early, and he seemed a bit confused. He asked her if she was moving, as there were a lot of boxes in the house, to which she replied yes. She then asks Kevin to leave as she isn't ready, but he says he doesn't want to leave. He then approached the door, but instead of leaving, he locked it. This made Miranda freaked out, and she told him to leave or she would call the cops. He then forcefully laid her on the table and molested her. After committing such a heinous crime, he ran off from the place. After some time, the real Kevin arrives and gathers what he sees about what happened. He then called the cops. Miranda woke up in the hospital and remembered a previous incident at a restaurant where she had gone out to eat with her father. She had encountered a perverted employee there, which now explained why he was at her home. The man's name was William, and he worked at the same restaurant. The police went to the restaurant, arrested him, and put him in jail. The following morning, Miranda's father begins tidying up the house, trying to create a fresh environment. Unfortunately, Miranda remained unable to distance herself from the harrowing incident. The trauma she experienced haunted her continuously, impacting not only her daily life, but also causing significant disruptions to her work. Her once steady hands now quivered uncontrollably when administering injections to patients, making her job even more challenging. Adding to her troubles, the incident cast a shadow over her attempts to sell her house. Prospective buyers seemed reluctant to step in her shoes. To regain a sense of normalcy, Miranda decided to engage in more activities, like planting flowers in the garden. Regrettably, these efforts didn't yield the positive outcomes she hoped for. Miranda wanted to get better and move past the incident, so she decided to send a letter to William in jail. In the letter she wrote, she expressed her desire to meet him. Then, Miranda took measures to ensure her safety by covering all the windows, hoping it might create a new sense of security for her. However, as time went on, her job situation didn't improve, and the messages she sent to William were consistently returned. Miranda used to send daily letters to William, but he sent them back without reading them. She started giving slow poison pills to her dog to know how long it takes for the pills to have their effect on the dog. However, one day, a surprising turn of events occurred in Miranda's life. She found herself receiving a letter from William, a letter that simply said, "You win." This unexpected message had a profound impact on her emotions. Miranda decided to meet William. She visited the jail, a place laden with memories of their shared history. Astonishingly, she conversed with him happily, as if the past wounds hadn't existed. Their discussions delved into the intricate details of his life, creating a bridge between their worlds. In her quest for a semblance of normality, Miranda continued her regular visits to her father's house. Concurrently, she maintained her meetings with William, seeking a new dynamic with him. With a goal in mind, she put meticulous effort into her appearance, selecting attractive dresses each day to captivate William's attention. As days turned into weeks, this daily ritual of dressing well and sharing conversations fostered a connection between them. The unexpected consequence of this was William's growing fondness for Miranda. Intriguingly, Miranda adopted a facade, pretending that romantic feelings were blooming within her. As their interactions unfolded against the backdrop of their history, her performance deepened. He started putting in a lot of effort to reform himself and avoid making mistakes with other criminals. It seemed like he regretted his actions and wanted to be released soon in order to make amends for what happened to Miranda. He genuinely felt guilty and sorry about what he did to her. One day, William informs her that because of his good performance, he might be released early. Miranda questioned him if she should be worried, to which he replied that he was trying to change and be a better man. Later that day, the dog dies. Her father was really sad about his death, but Miranda consoled him. Miranda never liked dogs, and she was just using the dog as her experiment. Her father was sad, as he thought that Miranda and the dog just started bonding, and now he is gone. After a few days, William got released from the jail. He talked to a cellmate whom he became good friends with during his stay there. After being released from jail, William sends flowers to Miranda at her workplace, and they later talk on the phone. He visits her the following day, and after some conversation, Miranda asks him to renovate her house. He was glad that he could help her and started helping her out. She also invites William to come again the next day and gives him some lemonade. However, Miranda's dad sees William at his shop and becomes furious. He confronts Miranda about it, and she explains that she can't continue living the way she has been. Despite her explanation, her father remains angry and leaves. Later, she called William to ask him why he didn't come today. William said that he came and saw the fight between her and her father, so he didn't want to show up. He also said that it is not a good idea and he will leave her alone. But Miranda says that his father won't come back anytime soon, and then taunts him if he is scared of an old man. The next day, William showed up to help her out. After working out, Miranda gave him another lemonade. He drinks it and starts working again. In between, his feelings for Miranda tried to take control over him, but he controlled them as he wanted to be a better man. After some time, William starts sweating excessively and informs Miranda that he isn't feeling well. He then asks for her permission to use the bathroom. When William regains consciousness, he finds himself in the basement with Miranda sitting beside him. At first, he assumes that Miranda is tending to his well-being, but as he looks closer, he realizes that his hands are tied. Confused and concerned, he implores Miranda to release his hands and questions her about her actions. Slowly, she approaches him and administers a saline solution, which leaves William both perplexed and wary of her intentions. She then starts torturing him and teasing him. William tried to convince her that she is still a good person who saved the life of the person choking in the restaurant. But Miranda laughs at it. At that critical moment, a sudden ring of the doorbell startled them both. Despite William's attempts to scream for help, Miranda swiftly silenced him by taping his mouth shut. As it turned out, the doorbell was merely a delivery, a parcel meant for her. Gathering the package, she re-entered the room where William was held captive. She cut his left hand. William's cries for help grew more desperate, and he began pleading for mercy. However, despite his pleas, the situation took a tragic turn, and William's life came to an end within those walls. Miranda eventually left to see her father. Miranda said sorry to her dad for her behavior. Her dad didn't scold her, he just wished her happiness. Miranda even promised her dad that William would stay away from their lives. But Miranda kept another secret from her dad. After her mom died, she felt a lot of anger inside her. She tried to live a good life, but seeing William made her angry. And the truth is, Miranda was responsible for the pet dog's death too. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye and take care.